Okay guys, I'm going to shoot a video here of the 1963.5 Falcon Sprint that I have listed for sale. I picked this car up out of North Dakota. It spent its entire life up until the last couple years in Idaho. That's why the body's so dang solid on it. It's the original peacock blue. It has the original engine and transmission. I checked the assembly date on the block next to the driver's side head, and the engine was assembled 3 weeks prior to the car being built. It's the original 260 with a 4-speed, and it has power steering. When I got the car, it needed a whole new suspension, so I put all new springs, bushings, rear springs, bushings, everything in it. All the fluids have been changed, all new brakes, all the drums were turned, new shoes, new wheel cylinders, new master cylinder. I pulled all the metal lines out of it and made sure they were all in good shape. Pretty much every single nut and bolt on this car has been loose. I have not restored the car. I did a mechanical restoration. It was painted sometime in the mid-80s. When I got the car, the seats were tattered in it, but the guy told me, he said there's brand new seat covers in the trunk that the guy before him, who was the previous owner, bought at a swap meet in the mid-80s. Well, when I had my guy recover them, they were NOS seat covers. They were stamped January 7th, 1963 on the inside of them. I did put new carpet in it. I didn't put the molded carpet in it. I put the cut and sewn carpet so it fits correctly. This thing is a blast to drive. Fires right up. Everything works but the radio, and that's because there's no speaker up there. I had all the doors apart, greased all the tracks. The windows all roll up and down with ease. All the door locks work. The door locks work with the key. All the gauges work. Heck, the dome light even works. Console's complete. This car was crazy solid. Floorboards are original to the car. Shut it off here and I'll open the trunk. But it's a nice solid car. The paint's not perfect. Help if I'd use the correct key. I'm gonna fumble around with this for a minute here. Trunk's in excellent shape. The trunk lip is not rusted out anywhere. That's a 13-inch spare. I didn't check the date code on the rim, but it's still got a bias ply tire on it, so I'm unsure if it's the original one or not. None of the wiring has been cut in this car at all. All the lights work. One thing I did do, I put LED lights in all the exterior sockets, and they are nice and bright. I put LED bulbs in the instrument cluster. They're nice and solid. The only real rust on the car is right in the very lower part of the quarter. And that is only because there was a mouse nest in there when I got it. And other than that, this is a very solid car. All the bright work is nice and straight on it. It drives out really well. It goes straight down the road. It stops straight. The steering's nice and tight. The car has 38,000 original miles, and I know that because it had the original ball joints in it. And it still had the original rear brake pads on it, the gold ones from the factory. When I spoke with the gentleman after I got it, I asked him how many miles were on it, and he said he wasn't sure. But every time he drove it, he didn't drive it enough, and he had to have it towed pretty much. And he wasn't very mechanically inclined when it come to working on cars, but he was a really nice, honest guy. I'm going to pause it a second and open the hood.